Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be explaining you about specific speed of a centrifugal pump. So if you remember in my earlier videos, I have explained you about specific speed of a turbine, correct? So what was specific speed of a turbine? It is nothing but the speed of a geometrically similar turbine which will deliver or develop 1 kilowatt of power when it is working under a unit head, correct? If the turbine is able to develop 1 kilowatt of power when it is working under a unit head, then that speed of turbine is called as specific speed. Similarly, specific speed of a centrifugal pump is defined as the speed of a geometrically similar pump which will deliver 1 meter cube of liquid or water per second when it is working under a head of 1 meter. Okay, what is the main purpose of a pump? The main purpose of a pump is to deliver the water. So whatever water it is delivering, we consider it in terms of discharge. So if the head against which the pump is working is 1 meter, then if it is able to deliver 1 meter cube of discharge, then that speed of the pump is called as specific speed. And as usual, it is denoted by the symbol ns. So coming to the expression for specific speed of a centrifugal pump. Now in my earlier class, I've told you the formula for discharge Q, right? So discharge Q is given by the formula Q is equal to area into velocity of flow, correct? Which is equal to pi d into B into Vf. I already told you how did we get pi d into B, correct? Pi d into B means area can be written as perimeter into one of the dimension. Perimeter formula is pi into d. Why? Because the geometry of the impeller is like a circle. So circle circumference is pi into d. So pi into d into B is the known dimension, which is width of the impeller. So into velocity of flow is Vf. So from this equation, pi is already a constant, right? 3.14, which doesn't change. So what is Q dependent upon? D, B and Vf. So from here I can write Q is proportional to D into B into Vf. Take it as equation number 1. As I've told you, where D is the diameter of the impeller, B is the width of the impeller. Also, B is proportional to D. Why is B proportional to D? What is B? Width of the impeller. What is D? Diameter of the impeller. Why both of them should be proportional to each other? See, both our B and D should be on par with each other. Like you can't have a bigger width for a smaller diameter, or you can't have a bigger diameter for a smaller width, correct? Both should be in coordination with each other. So hence B and D should be proportional to each other. So now here I have B is proportional to D, right? So in the place of B, I will substitute D. So now what will be Q proportional to? D square into Vf. Okay, see, from equation 1, Q is proportional to D square into Vf. Take it as equation number 2. And we also know that tangential velocity is given by the formula pi dn by 60. So from here pi and 60 are constant. So you can write U is proportional to dn. Take it as equation number 3. And you know, I have already told in the earlier video, speed ratio is given by the formula U by root 2g hm. When we are writing for turbines, we will write U by root 2g h. But here we should write for pumps 2g hm. So from here, what is U equal to? Speed ratio into 2g hm root. So from here, speed ratio is some coefficient. G is constant, so U is proportional to root hm. Take it as equation number 4. Similarly, flow ratio is Vf by root 2g hm. So from here I can write Vf is equal to flow ratio into root 2g hm. Again from here I can write Vf is proportional to root hm. Take it as equation number 5. So what can you imply from equations 4 and 5? Equation 4 says U is proportional to root hm. Equation 5 says Vf is proportional to root hm. So from 4 and 5 we can say U is proportional to Vf, okay, or else we can say Vf is proportional to U, okay. And see, in equation 3, U is proportional to Dn, right? But what did you conclude now from this both equations? U is proportional to Vf, you told, means Vf is proportional to Dn, right? I'll repeat, you told from equation 4 and 5 U is proportional to V or Vf. But U was already proportional to Dn in equation 3. So what can you conclude from equation 3 and this step? Yes, V is proportional to Dn. Take it as equation number 5a. Now let's substitute the value of U from equation 4 in equation 3. What was U from equation 4? U is proportional to root hm. Let's substitute that here. Okay. Here U is proportional to Dn. U is proportional to root HM. So what can I conclude from both these equations? I can conclude root HM is proportional to dn. So root HM is proportional to dn means d is proportional to root HM by n. Take it as equation number 6. Now I'll substitute this d value in q. What was q? D square into Vf. So in the place of d, I'll substitute this value. So q is proportional to d square means root HM by n whole square into Vf. So root n square will get cancelled. So it is HM by n square into Vf. Okay. But what did we conclude here? We told Vf is proportional to dn, right? So now substitute back here. So q is proportional to hm by n square into root hm. Why? Because Vf is proportional to root hm. So from there q is proportional to hm into root hm will be hm power 3 by 2 by n square. Remove the proportionality, put a constant. So q will be equal to k into hm power 3 by 2 by n square. This is equation number 7. So where k is equal to constant of proportionality. Now what did I say? When the head is 1 meter and if the pump is able to deliver 1 meter cube of water, then n becomes ns. So substitute h is equal to 1, q is equal to 1 in equation 7. Equation 7 is nothing but this q. So substitute here in the place of q1 is equal to k into hm is 1 by n square. So you will be getting, in the place of n square you have to put ns square. So ns square is equal to k. So substituting the value of ns square again back in equation 7. So q is equal to, in the place of k you have to put ns square. So ns square into hm power 3 by 2 by n square. So from here let's calculate the value of ns, which comes out to be n root q by hm power 3 by 4. This is the formula for specific speed for a centrifugal pump. Okay. Next, coming to model testing of centrifugal pumps. See, not only for centrifugal pumps, anywhere in model testing, what we do generally, we just create the models of the actual prototypes. Okay, the actual machines are called prototypes and the small replica of those prototypes are called models. So first we make the models of the machines, we test the models so that we can have an idea of how the prototype works. Then any modifications in the designs we can make, any errors we can make a correction. So to do all this we need to test the model first. So we have to establish a similarity between the model and prototype. Okay. So when coming to pumps, to establish a complete similarity between a model and a prototype, we have 4 conditions. Okay. Let's see the 4 conditions now. So the first condition is specific speed of the model should be equal to specific speed of the prototype. Okay. Specific speed formula just now we have derived n root q by hm power 3 by 4. So n root q by hm power 3 by 4 of model should be equal to n root q by hm power 3 by 4 of the prototype. This is the first important relation. I have taken it as equation number 2. Why? Because I gave equation number 1, Roman number 1 for specific speed formula. Okay. Since this is a continuation, I will follow the same Roman numbers. And even I have given in the derivations equation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like this, right? I will follow the same equations also. Okay. So n root q by hm power 3 by 4 of model should be equal to n root q by hm power 3 by 4 of prototype. Let it be equation number 2. Second, we have tangential formula is equal to pi dn by 60, right? From there we wrote u is proportional to dn, right? But we also wrote u is proportional to root hm, right? So from here what we can conclude, root hm is proportional to dn, right? So from here get this d on this side, what will happen? Root hm by dn will be equal to some constant of proportionality, right? Which means that root hm by dn of model should be equal to root hm by dn of prototype. That is equation number 3. Next, discharge q. I have told you the formula already for discharge q. From here I can write q is proportional to d into b into vf. But I already told q is proportional to d square into bf. Vf, how this came? In the place of b, I am putting d into d. Why? Because b is also proportional to d. So q is proportional to d square into vf. But I told from equation 5a that vf is proportional to dn, right? So from both these equations, I will write q is proportional to d square into, in the place of vf substitute dn. So finally q will be proportional to d cube n. So from here q by d cube n is equal to constant. So I can write q by d cube n of model should be equal to q by d cube n of prototype. Next, coming to power. We have overall efficiency formula for a pump. What is overall efficiency? It is water power by shaft power. So from here I can write shaft power as water power by eta naught into 1000. Why? Because I am doing in kilowatts. So from here If your rho is constant, rho is already constant. For any liquid density is constant. G is constant, eta naught is constant. Then how is your P dependent upon Q into Hm? But Q was already proportional to d cube into n, right? From here, I have taken it as equation 8. So Q is proportional to d cube n. D was already proportional to root Hm by n, which means root Hm is proportional to dn. This also we have written, right? See here, root Hm is proportional to dn. So I'll substitute both the equations back here. So P will be proportional to, in the place of Q put d cube n, in the place of Hm put d square n square. So from here, if I simplify, P will be proportional to d power 5 into n cube. So from there I can write P by d power 5 n cube is equal to constant, which means P by d power 5 n cube of model should be equal to P by d power 5 n cube of the prototype. So this is equation 5. So these four relations you have to remember. One is related to specific speed, one is related to tangential velocities, one is related to discharge, and one is related to power. So based upon our questions, whichever equation applies, we will apply that equation and solve the unknown. Okay. Now let's see a problem. The diameter of a centrifugal pump which is discharging 0.03 meter cube of water against a total head of 20 meters is 0.4 meters. So he gave a pump is working under a head of 20 meters and the diameter of that pump is 0.4 meters it seems. The pump is running at 1500 rpm. Okay, the speed of the pump is also given. He is asking find the head, discharge and ratio of powers of a geometrically similar pump of diameter 0.25 meters when it is running at 3000 rpm. So there is, so he told this is a geometrically similar pump. Okay, the pump is similar to the earlier pump, this pump, and he's telling diameter of that pump is 0.25 meters. It is running at 3000 rpm, means this pump is the prototype and the first given pump is the model. Now let's solve. Given data, centrifugal pump. So for centrifugal pump I am taking, the first given pump I am taking it as a model. So I will write all ones for models and all twos for geometrically similar pump. Okay. So centrifugal pump Q1 is 0.03 meter cube per second, HM1. It is working under a head means HM1 20 meters, D1 0.4 meters, N1 1500 rpm. For similar pump they gave D2 as 0.25 meters. See here. Diameter is 0.25 meters. Speed is also given. N2 is 3000 rpm. So we don't know what is HM2. We don't know what is Q2. Okay. Now let's use the equation number 4. Remember equation number 4? This one. Q by D cube n of model should be equal to Q by D cube n of prototype. You have Q1, you have D1, you have N1. Correct? You have D2, you have N2. From this relation, can't you calculate Q2? Yes, we can. So just substitute. See, I have written Q by D cube n of model means I am taking it as 1, right? Is equal to Q by D cube n of 2. So just I wrote Q1 by D1 cube n1 is equal to Q2 by D2 cube n2. So just substitute all the values. Only Q2 is the missing quantity. You will get Q2 as 0.01465 meter cube per second. So one of the unknown discharge is calculated. Next he asked us to calculate head also in the geometrically similar pump. So use this equation. The first equation what I told you. Second equation, tangential velocity equation, root hm by dn is equal to root hm by dn of prototype. So I am taking the same equation back. So root hm by dn of 1 is equal to root hm by dn of 2. Just you have all the values except root hm or hm value rather, hm2. Substitute, you will get the value of hm2. Then use equation number 5 which is related to power. So since they asked us power also, so power, take the relation power P by d power 5 n cube of the model is equal to P by d power 5 n cube of the prototype. Just substitute all the values. Here we don't have even P1 also. So you will be left with P1 by P2. Okay. Remember this. Why? Because if they have given us P1, we could have calculated P2, but they didn't give P1 also. So just keep it as P1 by P2. You will get this value. So this is how you need to solve, but this is a very, very basic model of a specific speed for pumps, which we do not expect in a exam. You get more tougher models than this, more important models than this. So what I have done is, since this is just the introduction part, I have solved a very small problem. That's why I didn't solve directly also. I just put it in the presentation directly. But in my next video, for sure, I'll be solving very, very important models of specific speed for pumps. So please make sure that you listen to that video. You have your notes and you have a pen and a calci handy so that you can solve along with me. And in that video, I'll be solving you directly on the paper and I will be showing. Okay, I'll be teaching you some important models related to specific speed of pumps. Okay, so hope you are clear with this today's video, and just once again go through the video. There will be small disturbances, please don't mind. Since it's a lockdown time, you can observe it's a lot of disturbance at home, so please don't mind about it. Just listen to the video once again. It's very easy. Why? Because this is very similar to specific speed of turbines. No difference is there. Okay, so it's very similar. All the proportional relations just go through once, and still if you have a doubt, you can just comment me, or you can send me your doubt by your by mail. Okay, and hope you understood this video. Thank you so much.